Good morning, Raiders. My name is Ayana, your anchor, and welcome back to another episode of the Weekly Wrap. Hundreds of victims, a dozen schools, and thousands of witnesses. Teenagers, preteens, extortion, and child pornography. This isn't an episode of Euphoria, this is life for teenagers in Aurora, Colorado. Last week, countless students in Aurora were made victims by the recent development of an Instagram page blackmailing teenagers with their own nude photos. Rangeview administration and our SROs started investigating the scandal the morning of the 17th, while Cherry Creek District, with multiple schools involved, told CBS 4 Colorado that they weren't sure if any of their students were involved.
I can tell you from my position here versus my position when I was at Grandview High School, I think that taking this seriously and treating it like it's a crime, because it is a crime, is excellent. At Grandview, I think we still would have been informed, but I think a whole lot of what was going on behind the scenes would have been very hush-hush. And that's not to say that Cherry Creek schools would handle this wrong. I would just make it a little bit more hush-hush, and I think that part of that has to do with the demographics, and that it might not be as willing to wanting to discuss like what the ramifications are and how this impacts students.
The scandal was being shared online by thousands of users. There are multiple possible charges for the account owners should they be caught, ranging from misdemeanors to even felonies.
People got to make smarter choices with what they do at their house, on social media and everything. I feel like you guys put yourself in that position. You know, you took the pictures and the videos yourself. You didn't think about the consequences that would have came with it.
As for anybody who paid to get on the account's close friends or screenshotted photos shared, jail time and a hefty fine could be in the cards. At this point in time, the Aurora Police Department has confirmed all of the information that the Raider Review has provided, and administrators believe that FBI are now getting involved within the investigation.
So honestly, it was just like really hard on that day to see like a lot of the people that I know and care for taken advantage of. It's real people that are getting hurt, humiliated by this, and it's a real problem. Many teens commit suicide because of this, so I'm just saying, like, if you see it, you should report it or just make sure that you do not spread it.
All information gathered by Rangeview administrators has been handed over to the police, and they encourage students to do the same with any information they may have. This story, originally broken by the Raider Review, has been picked up by dozens of media outlets and has gone national. The Review has heard extensive rhetoric blaming victims for this tragedy, while not demanding the account owners be held responsible for their actions. Victim blaming is a serious phenomenon that we see after these incidents, and it's not helpful for the victim's mental health. We've talked to some professionals about this, and here are the interviews.
I think that it's normal for people to first look at the victim and blame them. However, it's not their fault. They're not the ones that committed the crime. The real question is, how do we shift that conversation and support people who were victimized? So I think all of us can do that by being supportive of one another. I think we all can relate to doing something that we wish we could take back. It just didn't happen to get out. What if the shoe was on the other foot? What if it was you that was in that position?
To support the information that the Raider Review has provided for this week's Weekly Wrap, we have Culture Desk editor Carrie here to talk about victims' perspectives across multiple school districts. Carrie?
Hi.
What information have you gathered about victims that you've spoken to?
So far, the main theme that we've seen is that it's definitely negatively affected the mental health of many victims. And it's also impacted and influenced the double standard that we see between the sexualization of men and women, especially young men and young women.
Throughout the interviews, Carrie has gathered a lot of quotes that she'll be sharing with us today.
One victim said that her mental health was impacted so much that she transferred to online school. Quote, "I don't want to show my face anymore. At this point, I'd rather just get my GED." The double standard between girls being exposed compared to guys was hard to see. Being praised by their guy friends, then seeing girls getting called slurs feeds into the idea of sexualization of boys to girls. It's unfair that we live in a world like this. However, the account on Instagram was never taken down until later that day. Shame on the people involved.
Myself and any counselor, if you happen to be a victim of this, you're always welcome to come down, come talk to us, talk about some things that you can do for next steps, how to help deal with your mental health issues that you may have from this. Also, there's a ton of resources that we can connect you with and get you whatever help you need.
Thank you so much for watching, Raiders. The Raider Review published an official update about this scandal on Wednesday, January 23rd, so for more information, go check that out. I was Ayana, your anchor for this episode, and have a Raider Freak weekend. Bye!